The funny thing is that I actually don't remember hitting go live, but it's all good.
It's okay.
It's all good. What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back in the building. What up, Benty?
Oh, Benty, what's up? Benty 2020 in his house.
Yes. And if y'all would, if you can confirm that we are still coming in loud and clear, actually, let me do this. Because
Yeah.
we're self-sufficient in these streets.
Oh my gosh. Just y'all, just give us a thumbs up if you can hear us loud and clear. Because sometimes this mic has a mind of its own. So yeah, just one time we was talking for 7 minutes. And nobody could hear nothing we were saying.
All right, y'all. So right now we're actually going.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming in.
All right, good deal. All right, so we're gonna give y'all the people a few minutes to jump on in. For those of you all who are here, you are getting exclusive access to us. All right, and man, so much has been going on, but today we are going to be starting a series in regards to relationship, to really dive deep into some things.
Mhm.
But before I do, I'm messing up. It's been a while since last time we
ain't
did
been
this.
here in a minute.
Before we jump in, if y'all don't know, I'm Chris.
And I'm Leisha.
What up? We're coming in here just dropping some information, some practical information that you all can use and apply in your lives today.
Yes.
And so, bam, that's it. We got that part out.
Yes. Thank you, Benty 2020. She said that we look beautiful. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Was Geneva 1479. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Yes, thank y'all for being in the building. Now, before we jump into it, we kind of go into some things before we jump into the main topic, because there's so much that has been going on and
on these YouTube streets, cyber streets. It's just so much, guys. And I don't know if you guys have noticed. You might have. The reason why we wanted to do this topic is just because there is a lot of chaos. It's a lot of.
I gotta say it.
Yeah.
Chaos in the blood.
You know what?
Shout out to Dream Wise.
It's a lot of chaos when it comes to relationship, and it's a lot of back and forth with men ain't no good and women ain't no good, and it's like there is this dynamic of this huge separation in these cyber streets right now. And so I listen in on sometimes in some of these podcasts, and it's one thing that I'm really not seeing a lot of them talk about. They're not. It's like Western medicine. They're only going to the symptoms, right? They're trying to. They're pointing out all the symptoms, okay, but they're not going to the root cause of where these symptoms are coming from.
Right.
They talk a lot about dysfunctional relationships. They talk a lot about body counts. Passport bros. Like it's a whole lot of stuff out there. But I'm really not seeing where they go deep into why this is happening. So that's kind of what sparked the idea to dive a little deeper into relationship dynamics.
Yeah.
And we wanted to start out with the why.
Yeah. And just to give a little bit of backstory, I guess, no, not so much even backstory, but the intent behind this series that we're going to be doing is for the help of ascension for everybody.
Right.
And when I say this, is one of the things that we've learned along our journey, and a lot of things that have come to light, that in order for our consciousness to ascend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's not our bodies that's going to ascend, that's going to stay here,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's in the grave or if you did in ashes. But
Right.
we're talking about the evolution of our souls, the raising of our consciousness, and to really get the full grunt of the kitty.
Really?
In order to get that full ascension, there has to be a well. Let me not say that because I ain't trying to steer y'all boat. Y'all still live y'all life, but if you're looking for the full ascension of your soul, it does require a male and female true love connection.
Well, I wouldn't. Maybe,
Well,
is it male and female
well,
or
it's
spirit? I think in a spiritual sense,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a
like
touchy.
the
It's
left and right hemisphere of our minds must merge, must become one.
yeah,
So if you have a particular hatred for on in a spiritual sense, if you have a particular hatred for either the masculine or feminine side of yourself, it can really kind of hinder your ascension, your growth,
yeah,
spiritual wise. So and I know this is a deeper agenda. What's going on with the separation of the masculine and feminine? It has a deeper play, a
hmm
deeper agenda. So our channel is pretty small, and we like it that way.
yeah, yeah.
And whoever come across and watch our videos, it's meant for them, which is good, right?
hmm
But that's the whole purpose of this is to allow people to see how important it is for you to merge the masculine and feminine energies within oneself.
hmm
I think that's important.
Yeah. And one of the best ways to really balance that out is, for one, doing your own internal work, and then matching up with, gosh, it is where I can't believe I have to watch my words in saying this.
Well, hey, we
But
on YouTube.
but gosh, let me say it like this. You have to balance the negative and positive energies within, and then you have to balance the negative and positive energies without. So you're talking about internally and externally.
Mhm.
Those negative and positive energies have to be balanced. And if y'all know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying. But if you don't, please look into it. But
But that,
uh,
but that's, but think about it, right?
yeah,
That's the only way you can get power. That is the only way you can be on high spin to get power to produce some form of electricity.
hmm
Because when you look at a battery, you have a negative charge and you have a positive charge. In order for you to really exude the full amount of power from that cell, which we have so many trillions of cells within us, in order for you to really maximize on that cell, you're going to need to utilize the negative and positive charges.
hmm
At the end of the day, that's pretty much what we're trying to say.
yeah. And so with that being said, like you were saying a moment ago, there's so many of these podcasts and YouTube videos that's being put out that's trying to separate these individuals from being together, when essentially these individuals need to be together
Mm-hmm.
so that they can ascend.
Right. And again,
So
internal, right?
right.
If you reject it internally, it's going to show up. It's going to show up looking, a certain way.
hmm
We got to speak in codes here because
Yeah.
YouTube, they crazy in these
Yeah.
streets.
These
But
cancel culture and stuff
they
is
they real out here. They be fighting people. They be what they say, they be dragging people. Like it's
hmm
a lot of stuff out here. So we have to be mindful in what we say and try to deliver our message in such a way, right?
yeah. Yeah, but tonight is going to be a fun, interactive kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're going to be switching it up a little bit. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get
get
into
into
it. And before we get into it, I know it's a lot of hiccups here, but I want you guys to be very aware of mind control.
Mm,
Okay, I just wanted to touch really briefly on mind control. There are a lot of people out here that they have like podcasts, right? And if you are aware of mind control techniques, then you will be able to recognize it in their cadence. Their cadence is the way that they talk, the way that they manipulate their tone of voice. it's a cadence. It puts you in a trance unconsciously, right? And there are people who study. It's called dark psychology.
Mm-hmm.
They have, some people have mastered this dark psychology. I would definitely advise that you guys do some research into dark psychology. Not necessarily so that you can use it on someone, but so that you can recognize when it's being used on
Exactly.
you. Okay. The thing about mind control, when it's working, you wouldn't know because it won't be mind
If they're
control.
doing it right.
If they're doing it right, and there's some of them out here with these podcasters, they have mastered this mind control. I had tuned into one podcast and I saw the way that this young lady was talking, the way that she uses her hands, the way that she talks with the cadence. And my God, she has built up quite an army through mind control.
Yeah.
And I just want you guys to be aware of who you listen to, who you're following, and who you're getting your advice from. Because there are some people out here and they're hurt. They're hurt, they're traumatized. And so what they do, they gather a bunch of hurt and traumatized people,
Mm-hmm.
and they go and they spew their trauma out, and they wheel them in.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be very, very mindful, guys. Do yourself a favor.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't get anything else out of this video, so I'm saying this in the beginning because I know everybody don't have the patience to wait to the end. So I'm telling you in the beginning
Some
so you can
people
get
check
this
out.
part. Yeah. Study mind control, dark psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that when you see someone using it, you will be aware. Now, there's some people who like to be controlled. They control me out, baby. Some people, they like it. If you like it and you want someone to control you, that's fine. But there are a lot of people who don't want to be mind controlled.
Quite a few.
So just be very mindful of who you're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Be very, very mindful of the so-called leaders in so-called fields or line of work or whatever. Be very, very careful and cautious as to the things that they're advising you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And because they have a lot of people that the cancel culture, a lot of them, they come together and they tear people apart, they pull them down. One thing you got to remember about that is, in order for somebody to pull you down, they're already coming from a lower place.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to really be mindful of those things, and be conscious and aware of what you're partaking in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These are all mind control techniques.
Yeah.
That some of these leaders are doing. So just be mindful, okay?
Yeah. And for those of y'all who are on the Patreon, one of the things that just came to mind, which I think we may need to do, is to dive a little bit deeper into some of these techniques as
We
far as when
should,
it comes
yeah.
to mind control.
We need to.
Now, of course, there's so many books and things that are out there that you can go and read yourself, so many videos that you can learn about dark psychology. But if you're looking for some information just right off the top on what to spot and what to look for, definitely go on to our Patreon. I would say within the next week, because we have been super busy.
Yeah,
we hadn't even got into all the stuff we've been doing since y'all hadn't seen us on YouTube. But within a week, we're going to have those videos up so that you can get a more in-depth understanding of dark psychology. And for example, just to shout out one individual who really talks about the mind control.
Yes.
Is Brother Panic. If you want to understand the mind fuck that has been going on with us for eons, check out some of the videos that Brother Panic talks about.
Oh my God, yeah, he goes into great detail.
Yeah, and if you don't have the patience, if you can't watch a video longer than 20 minutes, don't even worry
about it.
Don't even worry about it.
It takes him 2 hours to get into the topic. So
okay, so don't even worry about that part. All right, so we're about to get into this, and so let me share this because we always got to prepare before we get onto the video. This is why it takes us a while to get everything going. So just say shameless plug. if you want us
Sure, let's
to
plug.
keep coming on here and spending our time and creating content and putting together PowerPoint so we can give y'all some stuff that you can put your hands on that you can read and we ain't just giving you our own rhetoric, uh, hit the Cash App up. If you see it, cash $ Twin Flames Unite.
Right, right,
Okay,
right. It just
so
helps us to
just
be here a little bit more often because we do want to be up here a little bit more often, but we still got we still got 3D stuff that we got to take care of. So
yeah, we
the
still.
yeah,
I mean, the split is happening. Yes, it
yeah,
is happening, but we have to maintain until it's complete.
right, right.
So
So
we
I
got to
mean,
do what we got
hey,
to do.
$1, whatever you could afford, just to we can have this good proper exchange of energy. We would definitely appreciate it. But
All right.
nevertheless, we're going to dive into this topic because this topic is definitely needed because it's too much manosphere, it's too much crazy stuff going on, and people are not really getting to the root of why we have all these symptoms when it comes to relationships and the dysfunction of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to get into some roots of things. And today, now this is something that is another download from my baby Leisha.
Oh
Hold
yeah,
on.
I got a
You
whole
gotta
down. I was
you
minding my
gotta you gotta
business.
explain this before we jump into this. You gotta explain
Yeah,
it.
I was literally minding my business. I'm studying, and this topic won't leave me alone, right? I've been trying to mind my business, and apparently this is my business.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and I got 3 sheets. It looks crazy here, but I actually put it in a form where you guys can
Is this the one you
understand.
want to show first?
Yes, that's the first one. That's the first one that came in.
So this, you know, y'all can see.
Listen, it was a download. I had to get it quick. That's how it came in. But I have it nicely put out for you guys, right? But the reason why you guys are seeing the symptoms of relationship, like dysfunctional relationships and the toxicity that it spews, I think it comes from this one major reason right here. It's because a lot of us, we get into relationships and we don't ask ourselves this question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your why, like why are you seeking a relationship? And that is going to look different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to look different. Your why is your purpose of your relationship. Have you guys ever really sit down and figured out, why do I want to be in a relationship with someone? Whether it's platonic or whether it's to get married or whatever have you, but go deep, go and dig deep within yourself and ask yourself why.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you know the why, then we can go into how the why affects the dynamic of your relationship that you eventually get into.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what this whole thing is about, is finding your why.
Yep.
Now I know we got a few people here in the chat. It's we haven't been live in a while, so when you haven't been live in a while, the algorithm doesn't really push you out like that. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to go ahead and share the video, you feel like maybe somebody could benefit from our video, go ahead and feel free to share our video, and don't forget to put a like on the video also. But we're gonna go into the whys tonight. We have a spin the wheel activity thing. I think that's going to be pretty fun. If you guys want us to spin the wheel, just let us know. We'll spin it for you. But we're going to dive into the why that you're in a relationship. And if you don't see your why up here, go ahead and put it in the chat if we hadn't touched on your why, because some of these whys are here, but I have plenty more on the sheet.
Yeah, hold on. We got to show.
I have
right
plenty
now,
whys on the sheet.
like on the slide, we only did 9, but
Yeah.
if you could see here, we got quite a few. It's more than 9 on this page.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot of whys that I thought about or that came in, but just for the sake of respecting y'all's time, I just put a few and we can go into those few. Okay.
Yep. So here are the 9 that we're going to touch on.
Mhm.
And once again, we're going to make this a little interactive in just
Yeah.
a moment. But your why is your purpose in seeking out a relationship.
Yeah.
Number 1, you don't like being alone. Number 2, you're looking for, and this is not in any numerical order of importance, so just know it's not in any type of order. You're looking for your soulmate / twin flame. You don't like your current partner. You try to get over someone. You need intimacy. Your current partner is cheating. Number seven, seeking deep connections. Number eight, you need to prove that you can have a successful
Y'all go
relationship.
on and put, if you resonate with any one of these, go on ahead and put that number in that chat so we can
Yeah.
know,
So
okay?
if you resonate with any of these from 1 through 9, drop it in the chat.
Just drop it in the chat.
And number 9 is that you're just looking for love.
Mm.
Okay? Looking for love. And let me stop. We don't want to get no copyrights on here.
Right. They might copyright us.
All right. But before we jump into the topic, we're going to make this a little fun for y'all, okay? Let me bring this up.
Yeah, we're going to put some fun into it. So if you guys want us to spin the wheel for you, we have a wheel. We took the time to create a wheel. So you see that wheel right there?
That has each one of the topics on it.
Yeah, so this is your why. So if you guys want us to spin the wheel, we can go ahead and spin it, and then we can dive into it.
Yeah. No, we're gonna spin this thing. Hold on, we're gonna spin it for the first one.
Spin the wheel.
And then because we're gonna see which one of these topics we're gonna jump into. So let's see.
All right. Y'all ready? Here we go. What did it land on? Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
Seeking a deeper connection.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I like that one.
So we're gonna go into that. Let me go to that slide for the deeper connection.
So how many people in the chat feel like you're either in a relationship or seeking a relationship because you're actually looking for a deeper connection with someone? If you feel that's you, you can go ahead and what was the deeper connection? What number was that? Number 8? I think it was a number 8.
Oh gosh. Now I need to exit out of this thing. Let me go back. Sorry,
further ahead.
Yeah. So seeking a deeper connection
was a number 7. Okay,
number
7. That's 7 energy. And we got, okay, so I see the 7 energy. So go ahead, spin the wheel, please. Okay. Geneva said spin the wheel. So put in number 7 if you feel like this one resonates with you. Just go and put a number 7 in the chat. So if you're seeking a deeper connection.
All right.
So this is your why. Okay. And so you have to pay attention to your why. First thing that you want to do with seeking a deeper connection is you have to define what you're looking for. When you say a deeper connection, what does that mean to you? Right? And also you want to pay attention to where you are seeking the connection and why. And I'm just going to use this real basic example. Like if you're seeking to build a deeper connection with someone, and it could happen because, you never know, but chances are you might not get that at a club. You see what I'm saying? So if you're someone and you're out there and you're seeking for a deeper connection with someone and you're at the club every Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Or you're at the pub or the bar or whatever have you, it could happen. Don't get me wrong. It could happen. But the chances of you finding a deeper connection by going to places where people just kind of want to hook up, you might not get that deeper connection, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Again, things happen. You never know, right? So you want to pay attention to where you're seeking, mm-hmm. and also why. Yeah. Why do you feel the need that you need a deeper connection? Is it because you feel disconnected from the inside? Mm-hmm. And so if you do feel like there's a disconnection from the inside, then that just needs that you need to start looking within first to see where the disconnect is. Right. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Now, one thing I wanted to touch on a little bit more is paying attention to where you are looking for this connection.
Yeah.
Now, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. It's a song. I don't know if you know it or not. But if you know that you have, for example, left the church, why would you be looking for a connection with somebody that's in the church?
I mean, it's just an example.
Okay. Let's go a little bit further. If you know that you are done with the club scene, but then your girls or your boys drag you out to the bar to have a little fun, yeah, you have a little fun, but do you really want to look for a connection for somebody who is a frequent there, where the bartender knows their name, like
Right, right,
cheers.
right.
Like, come on, you have to think about where are you looking for these connections.
Yep.
So keep that in mind as we go through. All right. Now we're going to go through and we're going to spin the wheel again to see which one pops up,
All
and I'm
right.
actually going to make a note. If you all can guess as to, sorry, this the only reason I'm looking to the side, y'all, because the camera is blocking the little thing that I need to
Ooh.
go back on the screen. So just forgive me for a moment. I know it looks awkward, but it's all
Technical
good.
difficulties.
Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. So, um, if you all would like to guess where the wheel is going to end up next, so we already did 7. Okay,
Wow, lucky
yeah,
seven.
we already did 7. I got that one written down. If you all want to make a guess as to where the wheel is going to land next, drop it in the chat.
We got a bunch of psychics in here. I'm pretty sure somebody gonna guess that.
Oh yeah. So just drop it in the chat. Which one do you think is going to pop up next on the wheel?
I say it's gonna land on number 8.
Number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What y'all say? I say number 8.
I say it's going to end up on number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Okay.
number
All
1.
right. I hope it's number 1 too.
All
'Cause
right.
we could go into that one.
Yep. But it's just to touch on a little bit while y'all are figuring out which number you're gonna pick up. Anyone between 1 and 9, but not 7. Um, when you're looking for a deeper connection, we kind of breezed over a moment as far as going within. It is so important to go within, because once again, all of these whys are trying to fill a void that's already within us.
Mm.
Okay. And so if you're trying to find a deeper connection, the deeper connection that we should all be looking for within us is ourselves first.
Boom.
Okay. Because that is the most important connection. Because if you don't have that connection, then you just flailing around. It's like trying to charge an iPhone and not have the plug in the socket, because
Man.
that socket is for you.
Wow.
Okay. That socket, you know what? Let me actually bring it out a little bit more. In order to charge your phone at your house, you have to use one of the outlets in your home
Mm.
in order to charge your phone. It would be crazy of you
Mm.
to go over to your neighbors and try to plug your phone in their wall.
Talk about, I'm looking for a connection.
I'm looking for a connection. Like, oh, what's wrong with you? You got plugs all up in your house.
Right.
Okay?
That makes sense. I like that.
So just give them a little thought. Okay,
All
we
right.
got
So
one.
Geneva said 5.
Said
Okay.
5. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna bring the wheel back up, and we're gonna see which one it drops on.
All right.
All right. No, not that.
All right. Let's try it again. Let's spin this wheel one more time.
Oh, open my phone for me.
Oh, your phone is locked?
Yeah.
We got all these technical difficulties.
All right.
All right. I did it.
I gotta reconnect it.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, that's good. Just
Okay.
keep it. Yeah, just keep it down there and reload.
All right.
All right, y'all. We're bringing the wheel back up. If anybody else got a guess before we bring the wheel up, just go ahead and drop it in the chat.
Go ahead and drop it.
Anywhere
Oh,
between 1 and 9, but not 7.
all right.
All right. Come on and load.
Why is this taking so long? We should have used the iPhone.
The iPhone doesn't connect to Windows.
Yeah, I see that. I see the face.
We're gonna have to rewind that. What we at the 130 mark? Yeah, we're gonna come back and see what happened to my face at the 130 mark.
Man, we got this whole Android iPhone thing. That's our rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm team iPhone, and my baby is team Android.
Yeah,
It's all good. It's all good.
my Android hadn't let me down yet. Come on. Really?
Not loading. It's not loading.
Yeah, just put that up on here. All right. If it doesn't load on a computer, then we're just gonna have to go old school and do it on the phone. Like actually, like hold the phone up to do it. So we're gonna see. We got any other predictions while it's coming up though? You gotta excuse the technical difficulties.
Why is it not loading? That's crazy. You know what? Maybe we should just go ahead and pick one, being that it's not loading.
Oh no, that wouldn't be fair.
Why not? Okay, all right.
Because
Let's.
we're
Okay,
like,
all right. Let's spin it.
all right.
So
So
put that down.
we're
All
gonna
right.
do it this way.
Just do it the
So
old-fashioned way.
so can y'all see that? Is that gonna come in? Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna spin it
Okay.
so that y'all can see it. Because for
Okay.
whatever reason, it don't want to connect to the computer right now. So I'm gonna hit spin.
All right. What we got? All right. What did it land on? Which
It
one?
landed on "Looking for Love," number 9.
What?
Yup, number 9.
Okay, so we're gonna go into number 9. So anybody here can relate to number 9. If you guys can relate to number 9, just go ahead and put 9. Is 9 the reason why you're seeking a relationship or why you're in your current relationship? Because you're seeking love. Because we got a little slide here for that seeking love. Nothing wrong with that. It's actually a pretty good why.
Hold on, y'all. I do apologize. That slide is not in the thing,
It's okay.
but we already know it.
We know.
It's just one we forgot to put in there.
It's probably not supposed to be in there. That's why.
Probably not.
Well,
But yeah, okay. So it landed on number 9, which is looking for love.
right.
Okay. So boom. Why are we looking for love?
So this is a tricky one, right? When you're usually if you're seeking love and you're really out there looking for a relationship because you feel like you're missing love, that could be a problem
Mm-hmm.
because that can kind of indicate that the reason why you're looking for love is because you don't have it within you. It's like when you look for something, right? You don't look for something that you already have, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't need to look for it because you already have it.
Right.
So if your main purpose is because you're looking for love, it generally indicates that it's missing from within.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the way that we work, the way that our body operates is that we literally attract the things that we are because we are frequency, energy, and vibration, literally. Like, so if you are giving off a frequency that something is missing, it's like you're always going to be like in a seeking phase
Mm-hmm.
because you're giving off that something is missing because you're looking for it. But once you find that love within yourself first, then what's going to happen is you're just going to automatically you're going to attract it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're no longer looking because it's there and then it will just come, if that makes sense.
Right.
So looking for love could be tricky, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to look for something that you already have,
Right.
if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And now this just came to me, and you probably correct me if I'm wrong in even thinking this, but love is something that is cultivated as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what, the way this society is set up,
Right.
it is set up for you to not love yourself.
Mm.
Okay. And it takes some reprogramming, and it is a hell of a journey. It is not an easy journey to get back to the point of loving yourself, but it is something that can be cultivated. And the reason why so many people look for love outside of themselves is that because it's easier. It's easier to get somebody to tell you that you're pretty. It's
Mhm.
easier to get somebody to hug you and kiss you and be intimate with you. But when you're doing that to yourself, a lot of times it's not as easy as we think it is.
That's true.
Okay. And once again, that goes into the dark psychology, how they twist it around to make you not love yourself. But we can flip that around and start to love ourselves and stop looking for it externally. All right.
Yep.
Cool beans. So it looks like I got the wheel back up and running right in time for our next one because we're not going to be on here too long.
Okay, Geneva says it makes perfect sense. Okay, good. Perfect. Glad. Love it.
All right. So we're going to jump on to the next one. So, oh, I didn't want to do the whole screen. There we go.
All right, there we go.
All right. So we already did 7 and 9.
All right. So what you think now? One? You
All
think
right.
it's gonna be on one? I say it's
Yeah,
gonna be on one.
I think it's gonna be on 1. Let's see if Geneva was right about 5. Let's see.
Okay. All right. Drum roll. Drum roll. Partner is cheating.
Which one is that? That's number 6.
That's a juicy one, huh, guys?
All right. So why are you looking for love? That is because your current partner is cheating on you.
Ooh, that is a juicy one.
All right.
All
So let
right.
me go ahead and get this pulled up here. Gosh, Umi, how much love can I give you?
Umi just want all this
We
love
got
and
a
attention.
little dog. He's just right in the middle of my legs right now. Just wants me to rub on him just constantly.
That's all he wants.
Boy, I almost can't wait for these kids to get back so they can
Right?
do this. All right, so here we go. Boom. Your partner is cheating on you.
Man, this is a tough one, guys. I
Mm.
know that this is a toughie. Partner is cheating on you. Okay, so let's get into this, okay? Question number one, right? Something to think
It's
about.
the most important one.
Why are you still with them?
Why?
You got to
Why?
ask yourself
Why?
these questions. Why are you still with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these are questions that you want to ask yourself, all right? Because remember now, this is the reason why you're seeking a relationship, right? Just go back to always draw yourself back to the why. So you're seeking to be in a relationship because your partner is cheating, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to ask yourself, why are you still with them? The next thing is it's time to evaluate your boundaries and level of self love,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why? Because we show others how to treat us by the way that we treat ourselves. That's an example. That's the first and biggest example is how others would treat you. They'll look to see how what you accept. How do you treat yourself? So if you're a person that does not operate like you love yourself or you respect yourself or you have little to no boundaries, then that person that you're with, they're going to be like, okay, well, I can do this and I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you want to check to see if honesty and loyalty were the foundation of your relationship to begin with.
That is so key, because you know that was a video that we did way back when early on,
Oh, I remember
and
that
you
one.
had said that how you get them is how you're gonna lose them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because
Yep.
some people go into relationships knowing that the person that they're planning to be with cheated on somebody else.
Right. Or they might you might have been seeing them while they were with someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now you they left the person and now you guys are together. And so subconsciously you would never trust that person and that relationship doesn't have a foundation
Mm-hmm.
of like honesty and loyalty.
Right.
You might say, well, not on my end, but on the other end of the spectrum, it doesn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes, how you get them, that's how you're going to lose them,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, Venti 2020 says, good question. We'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Let's get into this one. I left mine when it happened, and 6 months later, I met the person I believe today is my twin flame. By leaving, you give space for the good to come in. Precisely,
Yep.
precisely.
Yep.
So you sometimes you have to know when to let go, and this could be a life lesson of just teaching you how to let go. Life lessons show up in all different kinds of ways. You'll
Mm-hmm.
be surprised. All
Yes.
right, so the solution here is to break away, like Venti did, and take time to regroup with some self care and some self love.
Mm-hmm.
You don't continuously stay in a situation when it's no longer serving you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not self love.
Gotcha. All right. And Geneva, we are so sorry for your loss,
Oh man,
because we know that that can be a tough thing.
that's tough.
And going through your journey of healing, I'm pretty sure he was an amazing guy,
Yeah.
and y'all were really good for each other. And so that's one thing to really just, gosh, that's causing me to switch gears a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
because you had your love.
Mm.
It's not to say that you're not going to find that again, but you can take solace in knowing that you got to experience that.
Right.
Most people don't even have that ability to experience real love.
Mm.
So you are truly, truly blessed.
Mhm.
And just remember that, and just know that He is still there with you and helping you and guiding you along your healing journey. But just know, because of your love, you helped Him to ascend.
Mm.
And y'all are just gonna meet each other on the other side, and that's just facts.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
All right.
I like that.
So we got that one. Now we're gonna get into the next spin.
Oh, that's so nice, Binti. That's so
Yes,
sweet
yes,
of you.
yes. Sending love, love,
Sending
love, love, love.
sending love and guidance your way.
All right. So we've already done 7 and 6
And 9.
and 9.
Okay, now it's time for number 2.
Oh, number 2. Okay.
Number
Let's
2.
see.
Let's see.
We're about to bring it up again. If anybody wants to, 7 years. Well, that 7 is
That
strong.
7 is super strong, guys.
I mean, we're in the 7 years.
We're in the 7 year. Tomorrow is 7. It's a big day. We started off with the number 7. 7 has been popping up really, really strong lately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing, though. It's a good thing.
All right. Let's see which one pops up next.
All right, let's see. I said number 2.
Oh, you're so welcome, Geneva. Oh, trying to get over someone.
Ooh, this is another juicy one.
All right.
Now, again, guys, these are the whys. Why people get into relationships, okay? We're touching on some of the whys. In trying to get over someone. Is that number 5?
No.
Oh, no, that's number 4. Okay, so that's number 4.
So it's number 4.
Okay.
All right. So let's get that back up here.
So trying to get over someone. You know how they have that old saying, you get over someone by getting under someone?
No, that is not.
Don't listen to that. Don't listen
do
to
not
that.
listen to that. All right. So boom. So now we at number 4, which is trying to get over someone.
Oh wow. Binti said, I left my my husband 7 years ago. That 7 is something else, man. Sheesh. Well, so let's go trying.
All right. So when you're trying to get over someone, this first one is really a pitfall to avoid, which is comparing your old partner to your new.
And this is exactly what's going to happen when you're trying to get over someone by getting under someone. The only thing that you're going to be doing is drawing a lot of comparisons, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. And that is not healthy. That's a big no. It's a big red flag.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so the next one is to ask yourself, have you purged any toxic traits? Okay. Because, if you're with someone and you all want to match, 9 times out of 10, something toxic was going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And those things get into our subconscious, and whether we know it or not, those things come out into the real world.
Right. And then just go back to the thought form. Why would you even try to be with someone knowing you hadn't gotten over the other person as yet? See, that in itself is out of alignment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you invite somebody over to your house, you're going to clean up before you bring them in. So that means you're taking out the trash, you're cleaning up the dirty dishes, you getting all that stuff out because you want to have a good impression. So to really have a good impression on someone that you're going to be with next, make sure you clean out your house, your internal house.
Right.
First.
That's the real house.
All right. And the next one is, do you still have deep feelings for your previous partner, and why?
And why? So you got to ask yourself, why?
Why do you still have these feelings?
It's a lot of whys to your whys, okay? We unpacking. What we're doing here today, guys, we're hoping to unpack and to if you guys are here. If you're getting value from this video, hopefully somebody can come behind and they can really see and start asking themselves this question, why? Because a lot of the times we don't ask ourselves these questions before entering into a relationship. And then what happens is you end up in a relationship and you're not, how they say, you're not compatible, because you might have forgotten your initial why, and you don't know the other person's why, as far as why they want to be together. And this is super, super important.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
and the
yes.
solution for this one is take your time and heal before entering into a new relationship. Getting under someone to get over someone, it sounds good, but it's not very helpful.
No, it's not very helpful. All right. And let me do this real quick because I want to go back once again. Sorry, y'all. So I'm going to do this about what I've done it 4 times now. So like 5 times, I'm going to be looking crazy. Okay.
All right.
So,
so we're going to do this last spin. And once we do this last spin, unless you guys want us to talk about a different one, a particular one that we hadn't touched on yet, we're going to go into.
Oh, wow. We're already 50 minutes in.
Yeah, we're just going to touch it. We might have to do a second video, follow-up video.
Yeah.
Because this one is really, really important. This second wheel is really, really important. And so we wanted to talk about, how does my why affect who I end up with? Now, this one right here is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah. Once again, this is a different one. This ain't the same one.
It's another wheel.
It's another wheel.
These are the wheels of fortune.
We're putting together. So we got, we teaching right now. So
we trying to get to the root cause of dysfunction relationships or dysfunctional relationships.
All right.
So let's get into another why.
All right. Boom.
All right. So why is this person looking for a relationship? Let's see. Why? Okay, we already did that one. So let's spin it again. Spin it again. Why? Let's get another one, a new one. Oh boy. Woo, this gonna be, we're gonna leave on this one.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave on this note.
That is just perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So that old twin flame.
That old twin flames, soulmates. All right. Now this one, guys, this is the biggie right here, okay? It's the big one. So you're looking for your twin flame and your soulmate. So why? This is why you want to be in a relationship, because you want to find your twin flame or you want to find your soulmate. And this is the main reason why you are seeking to be in a relationship. Some of the things that you have to keep in mind when it comes to the twin flame dynamic, right? And sometimes the soulmate, right?
Yeah.
You can find yourself trying, you might have a match list.
What do they call it? I forgot what they call it. The list that women put together for men. There's a word for it. I can't remember.
But a checklist. I don't know.
Checklist. Yeah, I'm trying to create a checklist and match them up to this. And when it comes to this soulmate and twin flame dynamic, this is a spiritual thing. This is pure chaos.
Yeah, soul. That's a big word right there, soul.
A soul is a big ball of energy.
Yeah.
And then when you're talking about twin flames, you're talking about 2 big balls of energy.
2 opposites
that don't want to be in a box.
Chaos in the blood, baby.
Like,
this is chaos, okay?
You want to avoid, we should have put that in there. Yeah. Avoid trying to match someone to a list.
Right, especially for a twin flame, because baby, it's going to be the complete opposite of what you thought, okay? Complete opposite.
Yes.
And so when you're talking about a twin flame dynamic, it's not very often that you will meet your twin flame. And then when you do meet them, it's all different purposes. It all depends on your soul mission or your soul work. It will have to do with that, okay? It's not just about, penis and vagina. Like, no, it's way more. Way more.
So the number 2 pointer is that you want to grow spiritually. because you're talking about a spiritual growth. This is so on point that this is actually the last slide that we're going
I know,
into,
right?
because these type of relationships, a soulmate, a twin flame, because you can just get booed up with anybody,
Yeah.
but when you are looking for a soulmate or a twin flame, you're looking for spiritual growth, whether you want to believe it or not.
Or I accept it or not.
Okay, it's really about a spiritual growth, so you have to know about that intention before you actually get into it. But that last one, baby, what is that last
Man,
one?
y'all gonna get a whooping if you don't do this. You go out and you mess around and you connect with your twin flame and you have not done any shadow work, you will feel like you was getting whooped by
Hmm.
the universe. Okay, so you do have to do shadow work. I mean, shadow work is necessary regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, but if your purpose for wanting to seek out a relationship is so that you can meet your twin flame, we're just here to let you know, babies and sweethearts and darlings, please, please
Do your shadow
do your
work.
shadow work. Because if you
Do it.
don't, you will have a rude awakening and you will be forced into doing your shadow work because your twin flame is going to trigger the hell out of you. You're
Yeah.
just going to be getting trigger after trigger after trigger.
Yeah.
So do your shadow work.
Yeah. And just a quick breakdown for those, if you are, if this is the first time that you're hearing about shadow work, let me just give you a quick overrun of shadow work. Your shadow work is understanding your triggers, the things that make you upset, and also the things that make you happy, and figuring out where the root causes are for those triggers, and then making an intelligent decision on whether or not these triggers are something that needs to stay around. But if you feel like they don't need to stay around, then you do the work that needs to be done in order to remove them. That's shadow work.
And he said it's so easy and quick,
Hmm.
but it's not easy and quick.
No, it's not.
Some of
But
these shadow works could take some time. Some of them,
hmm, it's
not so
ongoing
much.
because
And
we,
it's an ongoing
yeah,
process. It's kind of ongoing. So as long as you have started a process and you are aware of yourself and you are aware of your triggers and you're working on them, that way when you do get triggered now, it's not like a slap in the face. You
hmm,
already know, oh, okay, I know what this is, and then you will be able, and this in turns help you to develop a certain level of emotional intelligence too
hmm,
when you are aware of certain things, when you bring them to the conscious mind.
yeah, especially when you understand the workings of NLP, neuro
Oh
linguistic
man,
programming, and when you learn about dark psychology.
man.
For example, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on this. I'm trying to think of what experience I can pull from real quickly because I don't want to be on here too long. Um, let's just say, for example, let's just go to commercials, right? Commercials are designed to hit that emotional signal that makes you want to go out and buy something.
Hmm.
Okay. But if you're not aware of the tactics that are made, you're going to be at the mall
Right.
this tomorrow buying those shoes, those clothes, that hat, or that food, or whatever,
That new
because
iPhone.
that new iPhone, just based off of the emotional triggers that they put in there.
Hmm.
So when you learn how, if you have a let's just say you have a shopping addiction and you're trying to figure out what is triggering me every time I want to go out and shop, well, you know that if you just do your own thing, you're probably out in the garden, you're doing some yoga, you're doing some meditation, and you realize, I really don't have a need to go out and shop. But when you pull up TikTok and you look at all these TikTok shops and they're like putting out this thing about this
Mm.
new light switch that you can just plug into your fan and it cools down the house, or this little ice box. I'm telling y'all because I see this stuff. You see this little ice box that can refrigerate your whole house. I'm like, damn, I need to go and buy that. Just understand that those commercials are specifically designed to trigger something in you
Yeah.
neurologically to go out and buy something.
Yeah.
So that's the way you can actually find the roots as to what makes you do certain things, what causes you to have that negative self-talk and things of that nature. Let me calm down because I feel my energy is like going up.
It's
It's,
okay. All of those things that he just mentioned,
yeah.
it's rooted in mind control.
Hmm.
Okay, dark psychology. They do it to us all the time.
And not only do they do it to us, we do it to ourselves.
Too. Yeah.
Okay, so keep that
unconsciously.
in mind.
Unconsciously.
All right. So with that being said, is there one other one that you really want to touch on
Yeah,
that we
we're
didn't?
gonna go into this wheel again next time when we do a video. I'm not sure when that is, but it'll be soon. We'll
Hmm.
put it up. But I just wanted to touch bases on this one really quickly before we go, so that you guys can get an idea of what the next wheel is going to be about. Right.
Okay.
So we just finished touching on the whys. Why do I want to be in a relationship? And we very briefly touched on a few of them, which is seeking good intimacy. You might want to find someone. This wasn't in there, but this is just one of them
Hmm.
that wasn't there. So you might want to find someone to take care of you. Looking for a deeper connection. That one was in there. Trying to prove that you can be in a successful relationship. That one was there, but we didn't touch on it. So sometimes we've had unsuccessful relationships in our past, and we might have family members. They might be telling us, "Oh, you can't even keep a man." Oh, you keep jumping from woman to woman. You might have
Hmm.
this in the nagging in the background from people around you trying to tell you, well, you're the problem because you can't keep someone.
Hmm.
So your purpose for seeking out a relationship might be to prove them wrong. I'm not the problem. I could find somebody. I just ain't found the one yet.
Right.
So, that could be your why. And that could be a little dangerous too. We'll probably go into some of those and give the reasons why you feel that way, but that's something for you to think about. We're going to leave that with you today, and you can do your own homework.
Hmm.
And you need a pen and a pad. This is some form of shadow work, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it really is.
And you're going to ask yourself, why do I want to be in a relationship? Because maybe you've never asked yourself that question. Maybe you just think that being in a relationship is something that your mom did, your aunts, your uncles.
Or or maybe you feel spirit is telling you to go get a
Maybe
relationship,
spirit is
but you
telling
need to
you,
ask spirit why.
spirit, why? Why you want me to be with Paul?
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself. It's very important that you figure out, why do I want to be in a relationship?
Hmm.
Now, once you have figured out the answer as to why you want to be in a relationship, right? You need to go and figure out or find out how your why, right, affects the person that you end up with.
Mm. Yeah.
Because that's a big deal. Your
For
why is your purpose in seeking a relationship, and it also affects who you end up with.
Yeah. For example, if you are looking for a soulmate or a twin flame, you have certain expectations on that individual that they may not be able to live up to. And if you put that pressure on them, then it may end up the relationship just failing and falling apart
Mhm.
because the intent for getting with the relationship it doesn't
It
match.
doesn't match. You're not compatible. And so this is a whole wheel that we're gonna go over of things that you need to know
Yeah.
before you enter into a relationship. And if you're in a relationship now, these things on this wheel will be something for you to really dissect and look at for real.
Hmm.
It's about perspective.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I'm just going to list a few, and then we'll do the rest in another live because it's a lot.
Yeah.
One thing you want to ask yourself is, how do I view myself?
Hmm.
That's important. You need to know for yourself. You can write these things down. How do I view myself? Not how Tim views you, not how your mom views you, not how people around you view you, but how do you view yourself?
Mm.
This is like number one, numero uno.
Yeah.
You got to write it down. Write that shit down. How do I view myself? Okay. Number two, how is my emotional bank balance?
Mm.
Do I exude emotional intelligence?
Yeah.
Do I know what it is? And if I don't, then I definitely need to go and find out,
Right.
right? What is emotional intelligence? What are my goals? You gotta know this. You gotta know what your goals are.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna affect who you end up with, right? What are my goals? Write it down. Okay. Do I truly love? Okay. Do I truly love and accept myself in my current stage right now? 250 pounds, me.
Mm.
Do I love me as I am right now? You got to know this. You got to write the answers down. You got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Do I understand any level any level of psychology, mind control.
Mm.
Do I know any of these things to know when it's being used on me or someone is using me? Do I know these things?
Yeah.
So this is just some of the things we have. It's a lot
Yeah,
more.
and it's a lot, especially when it comes to that psychology. Because once again, there are some pros that
Man,
are out there who know how to
and they
manipulate.
do it well, very
Okay,
well.
that's why it's really important for you to not try to practice it, but even just know it so that you can recognize it and
Right.
see what other people are doing it. And to be quite honest, if you you know what, watching the news is a bad thing to do. But if you want to see how people do mind
Ooh,
control,
watch the news, baby.
watch the news.
Watch the news.
You know what? Donald Trump is one that definitely shows a lot of mind control. And it's not so much that he's doing it on the other people, he's actually doing it on himself. Um, because he truly believes the stuff that comes out of his mouth. Like, you can't tell him that, like,
I am the greatest to ever do it.
there's nobody better than
Nobody does it better than me.
him. Okay? But when you look at these politicians and things of that nature, you can actually see it.
Yeah.
Now, there's a, TV series that I used to watch back in the day, but I didn't even know what I was watching until I came into this knowledge, which is a show called Lie to Me.
Mm.
Okay. The show called Lie to Me shows all of these micro expressions that people give. Like, they have these smaller bursts of emotions that show up on their face, or certain body gestures, or the way that they actually stand next to somebody. Because, like, for example, I was watching a video of I love I said Amin Ra.
Oh yeah, princess.
You know,
Priestess.
pinching
Yeah.
nipples. Okay.
She's
She
hilarious.
she was on a video and she had another young lady on there, and now I'm doing this automatically whenever I look at a video with somebody talking, because I'm trying to figure out if somebody's trying to run game, if they real. And I'm just letting you know she is real
She's
when she
real.
talks with stuff. But I just noticed in the body language that the lady that she had on there. Now, y'all see how me and Alicia are close together.
Yeah.
That just means that we're comfortable in each other's space and we're welcoming each other. Like, there's no animosity or anything there. But when I looked at the video with pinch your nipples, that's the only thing that come to mind. But if y'all seen it, y'all know who I'm talking about. But she was actually like way over here, and the other lady was way over there. Not to say that she didn't dislike that lady, but you can tell that they're keeping a distance. They're not really that close. It's just it's in the body language. And when you look at in the news and you see their facial expressions, they may say that, oh, it's such a tragedy that so and so got kidnapped, but if you look at their face, they don't
Right.
give two fucks about it.
That's a whole nother
So
situation going on there.
so it's so much is layered all up in there. But if y'all get a chance to watch that show Lie to
Yeah.
Me, it's a good one for you to just pick up on some of the little micro expressions and body languages when you just look at people.
And some of them are conscious
Mhm.
and some of them are unconscious.
Yes.
This is why it is really, really good. And this is another one that I got in here that affects who you end up with. You definitely want to go through your own self. You're going to have to write stuff down. It's going to take some writing down. Go through and write down from your childhood
Mhm.
all of the programs and belief systems that you're currently operating on right now, unconsciously, that you have outgrown and it's outdated.
Mhm.
Okay? And then you have to actually go through, once you have identified those, then you actually have to go through and go through the process of elimination, getting rid of them. It takes some time to
Mhm.
get rid of programs because it took some time for them to put it in there.
Yeah.
You know, how long it took you to learn your ABCs? You know, how long did it take you to learn your timetables? Those are all programs. So it takes time for it to get in there. So it'll take a little bit of time to get it out there.
Mhm.
But some of those outdated programs, we operate on those on a daily basis, and some of those don't serve us anymore.
Yeah.
But we still operate on them because they're in the automatic part of our brain, our subconscious. It just happens automatically.
And just a quick pro tip. If you think about it, like right now, you know your ABCs.
Mm,
Forward, you don't know them backwards, but you know them forward.
mm.
But the key that helped you to learn the ABCs was the melody.
The song.
It was a song that helped put that in your brain. But when you think about math, unless you combine math with music, you don't remember all of your 7 times tables and your 9 times tables and stuff like that. You know the 2 timetables and the 5 timetables and the 10 like the back of your hand. But if you get into the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, you'll have to think about it.
Well,
So,
well, I kind of knew mine because
well, you just a smarty pants.
No, I grew up in the Caribbean. You got your ass whooped.
Oh, well,
so
hey,
that's trauma. That's
trauma.
another way to install a program
That's
permanently is to give their asses trauma, which is I was
true.
highly traumatized. Growing up in the Caribbean, if you don't know your timetables, you are getting your ass whooped. So you did not have a choice but to know them damn things from 2 all the way up to 12. You have to know how to say it out your head and recite that whole shit out your head. 2 all the way up to 12. And if you mess up on 11, you're getting your ass whooped.
Yeah.
So that's another way you store programs is
with
through
trauma.
Mm-hmm. So that's shadow work. So you got to go through and you got to look at your trauma. And some traumas, they're so traumatic that our mind works to protect us. Mm-hmm. So it shoves it deep, deep, deep down in there. Yeah. And just because it's shoved deep, deep down in there, it doesn't mean that it doesn't still affect us.
Right.
But we have to go through and we have to dig through those traumas and see how they're affecting us. These traumas can also affect who you end up with. You might just be attracted to people that take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And you can't figure out why. Why I keep getting up with people that take advantage of me? Trauma. You might keep ending up with someone that constantly is cheating on you. Why? Trauma. Mm-hmm. All of these things affect who you end up with.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into more of these next video, but this video we just wanted to touch on the whys. So go home tonight, guys, and write down why. Find your why for wanting to be in a relationship. Once you find that why, you dissect that why. This is going to be a beginning shadow work. Mm-hmm. You're starting a little bit of shadow work tonight by finding out the main reason why you want to be in that relationship.
Right.
And once you find out why you want to be in a relationship, you find out why is my why like this? Right. Okay, you dig deeper. And then when we come back the next time, we're going to talk about more of how your why affects who you end up with.
Yep.
Right? And then last but not least, in another video, we're going to talk about what fosters a healthy relationship. What does it look like? And how can I recognize it? But by the time we get there, you're going to already know how to recognize it, right? Yep. And one thing I want you guys, we're going to leave on this note if you got something else to add. But one thing I want you guys to keep in mind when it comes to relationship, you can have all of the healthy traits that foster a relationship and you can still grow apart. Mm. Okay? Because always remember, as we grow and evolve, our mindset, desires, and goals and compatibility, that shit evolves too. Yep. It grows too. So you might be in a relationship when you're like, 20 years old with someone. And then when you're like 28 or 29, you just like, we just grew apart. We just grew apart. And it's not anybody's fault. So you don't have to blame someone necessarily. It's just that you grew apart and it's okay.
Yep.
They probably just came along to help to develop you in a certain way. Might have been a soulmate, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you could be a twin flame, who knows? The purpose of them probably was to help you to develop a certain aspect of yourself.
Yep.
All right?
All right, y'all. So that's what we got for today.
That's it.
Definitely, if you are new to the channel and you're still here, I don't know why you hadn't subscribed yet.
Go on and subscribe.
Subscribe. Give us that thumbs up.
Thumbs up on the video.
Share the video. We definitely love y'all and appreciate y'all. Once again, if you want to show your appreciation, donations in the Cashapp. It's in the description. $twinflamesunite. But without further ado, we love y'all.
We love you guys.
Peace out.
Peace. We won't see you soon, okay? Soon.